So let us start with the sessions. So I thought of starting with the like hardware lab experiments. Okay, so software we have completed it, and please, so all those 8 software experiments you try to execute, and if you have any problems you can come back to me. Okay, so we'll start with the hardware lab experiments. So these are the hardware experiments, so you should do in the lab, so using our kit. Okay, so first one is display the hello world, then interfacing and DC motor, stepper motor like ADC. Okay, so and then DAC, then interfacing key 4x4 keyboard and display it on the LCD. So next one is using the external interrupt, so you should make LED on or off, and then so last one is the display of the hex digits 0 to F on the 7 segment LED interface with an appropriate delay in between. Okay, so these are the 8 experiments. So actually we'll not do like in the same order. Okay, so whichever is easier one, so I'll start explaining that. So you try to execute, but the output you cannot see. Only thing is you can create the X file. Okay, so this is our board actually. This is the board. Yes, all of you can see the board, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so here we'll be having the 8 LEDs. Okay, so first experiment. So this is our microcontroller and this is the LCD, and so these 8 LEDs. Okay, so first experiment what will we do is we'll keep them on and then off. Okay, so it will be on for some time and then we'll give a delay, then again will be like again we'll make them off. Okay, so these are the 8 LEDs. Okay, so how they are connected internally? So they are connected internally through the from the microcontroller. So some lines so will be connected to the board. Okay, so actually if you want to program, if you want to make these LEDs glow means, so you should see how internally they are connected it. Okay, so the company ALS company, it will give the details of connection, how it is connected. Okay, so after this I'll share the module, I'll share the manual so that you can go through it and then you can come back to me. Okay, so these are the 8 LEDs, and then so today I'll be explaining the programming the LED. Okay, that is the blinking the LEDs. So first these 8 LEDs will be on for some time, again you will make them off and then again on. So this will be continuously repeating. And then so the second experiment I'll be explaining is the 7 segment display. Okay, so you know what is meant by 7 segment display. So internally it is nothing but it contains the LEDs. Okay, so these are the 7 segments, and here the program is, so you should display from 0 to F. Okay, so if here there is a switches, so you can make it on and off. Okay, so if I on it, this LED, this 7 segment display will be on, and other 3 similarly, so you can on and off, so that all the LEDs you can make it on. Okay, so here program is, so you should display 0 to F on any one, or I'll show you how to display 0 to F on 4 7 segment display also. Okay, so these 2 experiments so today we'll be discussing. Okay, so this is a power supply and this is what you call RS-232, that is the, so serial port will be connecting. Actually to connect this board to your PC or your laptop, what you need is, so we need 2 connections. One is power supply and another one is serial connection. Okay, so power supply, and then so from the USB, like you will be connecting the through the serial port will be connecting here. So these 2 are where the connections will be making. Okay, and to run these programs we need 2 software. Okay, so what are all those software is? So one is Microvision Keel software. Okay, so through which so we'll be writing an embedded C program. Okay, so I know, so firmware it can be, you can develop in either you're writing an assembly language or writing a C embedded C language. Okay, so we'll be writing it So we'll be writing an embedded C language, and then so we'll be creating an hex file. Okay, so that hex file creation, so we'll be doing it through Kale software. Okay, so you know that Kale software we have seen for the software experiments. So the same thing we'll be using it. Okay, so but here so we'll be creating an hex file. Okay, so that hex file using the FlashMagic software. Okay, so there is one more like tool like that, or one more software, so that will call it as a FlashMagic. Okay, so FlashMagic tool, so we'll be dumping our hex code to the flash memory of your microcontroller. Okay, so what happens is that, so when you dump that code, so that code starts executing and you can see the output. Okay, so we'll be seeing two software. One is Microvision Kale software to run our programs. Another one is FlashMagic. Is any doubts you have? Yes, any doubts you have? Suhas, are you
No.
able to hear me? Yes,
No, ma'am.
Varnika?
No doubts, ma'am.
Yeah, so before that, so there are lot many pins will be using it. Okay, so I'll start with one by one, and then so we'll see like I'll share today the manual of LPC 2148 and also from ALS manual also. Okay, so completely manuals I'll be sharing it, so you can go through. I'll share the experiments also. We'll do one by one. Okay, so this is a pin diagram. Okay, so this is a pin diagram of the LPC 2148. Okay, so it contains 64 pins. Okay, so these pins, so they are capable of not only one function, so they can handle 3 to 4 functions. Okay, so how programming through the registers, so we can like handle them, we can handle them or make them to avail all the 3 functions. Okay, so this I think diagram already written your observation book. So that is LPC 2148. So which consists of all these 64 pins. Okay, so this is a microcontroller which will be working it. And so this is the block diagram. Okay, so how like it is connected to different input output devices. This is the block diagram of LPC 2148. Next, coming to the registers of LPC 2148. So mainly we will be using the GPIO pins. Okay, so what do you mean by GPIO? Means general purpose input output pins of microcontroller. Okay, so if you want to interface any of your input or output devices, so you should connect to the GPIO pins of the microcontroller. Okay, so if I have some like any new input or an output device, I want to interface with the microcontroller means, so I should connect to the GPIO pins. Okay, so this IO pins, input output pins, so they are the only way to interface the microcontroller. Okay, so this LPC 2148, it has 2 ports, namely port 0 and then port 1. Okay, so that is, we'll call it as P0 and then P1. So remember, so these things are very important. Again, when I start programming, so we'll be using all these ports. Okay, so this theory part is very important, what I'm explaining now. So please concentrate. Okay, and these 2 IO ports, so these are 32-bit wide and are provided by the 64 pins of the microcontroller. Okay, so the 64 pins, so you can programming it using only these 2 ports, that is port 0 and then port 1. Okay, so the naming convention of the IO pins of the LPC 2148 microcontroller is PA.BC. Okay, so where here A represents, so A represents the number of the port. Okay, so that is, if A can be either 0 or 1. Okay, if it is 0, then it is port 0, and if it is 1, then it is port 1. Okay, and BC is the number of pin in the port A. Okay, so for example, if I write P0.1, which indicates the pin number 1 of port 0. Okay, so please remember, so this is the naming convention, we'll be following it. P0.1 indicates pin number 1 of port 0 and P1.10. Okay, so P1.10, it indicates pin number 10 of port 1. Okay, so please remember, so in this slide I have explained, so LPC 2148 has two ports, port 0 and then port 1, and you can program all the 64 like pins, so by using these two ports, and then the naming convention we'll be following is PA.BC. Okay, so PA.BC means that is port 0, like A represents which port, either port 0 or port 1, and BC, so it is the number of pin in port A. Okay, so number of pin in port A. Yes, any doubts? Yes, Suhas, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'll proceed. So this port 0, it is a like 32-bit wide input or output port with dedicated direction control bits for each physical pin. Okay, so out of 32 pins, so 28 pins can be used as general purpose bidirectional input output pins. Okay, so I said, so there are two ports, port 0 and port 1. So port 0, it is 32-bit wide input or output port and with dedicated direction control bits for each physical one. Whereas P0.31, it is an output only pins, and then so these the pins, that is P0.24, P0.26, P0.27 of port 0 are not available. Okay, so we know that 0 to 31 like pins will be having it, so out of which 24, 26, 27 are not available. Okay, so similarly
Why are
port
they
1
not
is
available?
also, yes,
Why are they not available?
they are reserved for some other purposes, like you cannot use them for general interfacing.
Okay.
That means, so whenever we are going to design with the boards, okay, so these pins we cannot make use of it. The hardware engineers, they'll connect to the input output devices, so these lines they cannot use it, they are reserved for some other purposes. So likewise here also I'll explain and then I'll repeat this one. Port 1 is also 32-bit wide input or output port, and in port 1 pins 1 that is P1.0 to P1.15, that is 15 are not available. So only we can use in the port 1 16 to 31, which are available for general purpose input output units. Okay, so in port 0 all you can use it, that is 0 to 31. Okay, so out of which, so only 28 like this 24, 26, 27, so they are not available. So and then rest all we can use it, and 31 is only the output only pin. Okay, so this is about port 0. So and remaining all the pins we can use it. Okay, so 0 to 31, so we can use it. So this 24, 26, 27, so these are not available. And similarly in the port 1, so 0 to 15 are not available. So that's why here P1.0. P1 means it is port 1, 0 to P1.15 are not available. And so this P1.16 to 31 are available, and they can be used as general purpose input and output pins. Any doubts? Again, I'll repeat this one. Again, it comes. Okay, so here most of the pins in both the IO ports of LPC 2148 have more than one function. Okay, so I said they are multiplexed with different functions. For example, so if you consider pin 19 of LPC 2148, it has three functions. Okay, so namely that is P0.0, that is a general purpose input output pin, and it is also the transmitter. Yes, if it is if time up, then you can again log in with the same ID. Then the transmitter output for UART 0 and PWM1 the pulse width modulator. Okay, so this is an example how P19 can be used as for 3 functions, namely all the functions, that is all the pins from 0 to 64. Okay, that is 64 pins, 0 to 31 and again 0 to 31. So they can be used for any of the functions. So what all functionalities provided? So in the pin diagram details, so today I'll share with, so that you can refer that one. So next is how to configure this. Okay, so there is a configuration register that will call it as a pin select register. Okay, so at any point of operation, each pin can have single function and the function can be selected with the help of 3 configuration. Okay, so that is the configuration register is called pin cell and it is classified into 3 registers: pin cell 0, pin cell 1 and pin cell 2. Okay, so we'll be seeing how these registers can be used. So these configuration registers, so these are 32-bit wide. Okay, so any pin of LPC 2148 can have maximum of 3 functions. Okay, so I said, so that is the maximum. So they'll provide 3 functions. Okay, so to configure the function and 2 corresponding bits are required. Okay, so we'll see how we can do that one. So here a 32-bit pin cell register can control the 16 pins. So with 2 bits control to each pin. Okay, to each pin. So pin cell 0, pin cell, yes, any doubts? So pin cell 0, it controls port 0 pins from P0.0 to P0.15. And similarly, pin cell 1, it controls port 0 pins from P0.16 to P0.31. And pin cell 2 controls port 1 pins, that is P1.16 to P1.31. So why here P1.0 to P1.15? Because those pins, so we are not using, they are reserved for some other purposes. So only, so we have 3 pin cell registers, that is pin cell 0, pin cell 1 and pin cell 2. Okay, so please remember, so these are very important. Okay, so when you have to do the programming, so you have to do the programming through the pin cell registers. Okay, so these are the control registers. So pin cell 0, it controls port 0 pins, that is P0.0 to P0.15. Okay, so remember pin cell 0 means from the port 0 to 15 and pin cell 1 means it is from port 16 to 31. So of course in that some 4 pins will be not using, but in general pin cell 1 means it is 16 to 31 of port 0 and pin cell 2 means it is like port 1 16 to 31. So in the port 1 0 to 15 it is not available. Yes, any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so it is clear. It is very clear. Pin cell 0, pin cell 1 and then pin cell 2. Okay, so like how we can do the programming, this is on one example I have shared it. Okay, so that is pin cell 0 and corresponding functions on port 0. Okay, so port that is the pin name P0.0 is there. Okay, so it is the pins from 0 to 1. Okay, so GPIO port, so you can make use of it, and that is the TXD. And then so reset value, it is the like how they can be used. Suppose if its value is 0 0. Okay, so pin cell 0, so 0 to 1 bit, if its value is 0 0, then it can be used as GPIO port. Okay, so when its value is 0 1, it is used as TXD. That is in the UART transmission, it is used for the transmitter. When it is 1 0, then it can be used for PWM1. This is some other function. And this, when it is 1, 1, this is result. So this is how you can program these registers. Okay. So pin cell 0. So 0 to 1. Okay. So normally, so that is pin name GP0.0. So that is, you can use it for GPIO, TXD, PMW, and this is reserved. Okay. So these three functionalities, so we can use it. Similarly, if you're programming in pin cell 0, that is second and third bit. Okay. So that is, then, so we know that all these configuration registers, so they are of 32-bit wide. So you can program from 0 to 31. Okay. So here you can see that, so P0.1 if you want to programming, and when you give for second and third bit 0, 0, well, so it can be used as GPIO. Okay. So normally in all of the pin cell registers, so we'll be using the function value 0, 0 when we want to use it for general purpose input output. Okay. So of course all this you need not remember. So just this is an example I am showing how they can be used for 3 functions. Okay. So when pin cell 0, it is a 32-bit configuration register, and 4th and 5th bit. Okay. So that is reserved for P0.2. Okay. So in that, so when the function value, these 2 bit values are 0, 0. So you can use them for GPIO purpose and then for some other functions. Okay. So this is about the functions. Okay. So now I'll stop the share, and again after 10 minutes again I'll you all join for the same meeting. Okay, Suhas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll give 10 minutes break. After 10 minutes again you join for the same thing.